Hey yo, here comes the danger up in this club. When we get started, man, we ain't gon' stop. We gon' turn it out till it gets too hot. Everybody sing, hey yo. Tell them turn it out till they can't no more. Let's get this thing shaking like a disco ball. This is your last one and a courtesy call. Everybody sing, hey yo. Tell them turn it out till they can't no more. Let's get this thing shaking like a disco ball. This is your last one and a courtesy call.
What's up, John? Comes out with another what if, and as you can see, I'm posting part 3 to what if Naruto was in KonoSuba. So yeah, I'm glad you guys are really enjoying this series, and I'm enjoying the little editing that I'm going to be doing for this. So yeah, I just finished the script, so I'm getting ready to talk about it. This should be a little bit longer than the last one, so yeah, I get to enjoy a little bit more. Alright, let me get started. After a couple days of solo hunting, Naruto sat at the bar with a cup full of something called Naruto juice. It was what the waitress had recommended since he didn't want alcohol. Hold up. Sorry about that, I'm back. Having completed a silver wolf hunting quest by himself on the first day, Naruto had earned enough money to rent himself a nice little apartment for the week. He then went on a couple more monster hunting quests to save up for the trip he was planning on to take to the next town. His eventual goal being at the Demon King's castle. The other adventurers appeared to be avoiding him for some reason, perhaps because he chose to be in an adventurer class despite them, or maybe they were wary of him because of the time that he had wiped the floor with a certain delinquent adventurer who had picked a fight with him, and when he called the head receptionist, Luna. Naruto shrugged as he took a sip of a surprisingly good drink. So what if he doesn't make any friends in this town? It wasn't like it was something he was supposed to do, and he didn't plan on staying for very long anyways. Speaking of which, he had yet to see Kazuma again, which was disappointing because Naruto wanted to pay the guy back before he left. I mean, I could always look for the guy, but what good would it be if Kazuma's in the middle of working? I can't just interrupt or get him into trouble just to say thanks. Naruto was pulled out of his thoughts when he felt a tap on the shoulder. Looking back, he found Luna smiling at him. "Are you done with your quest today, Naruto?" "Yeah, I am. What's up, Luna?" And Luna, she smiled, remembering the uproar Naruto had caused in the guild when he first called her that. Not that she particularly minded. Naruto was just a nice guy, and it saddened her whenever she see him just sitting there by himself. He had even completed a handful of, what's it called? Darien? That's what I'm gonna call it. You can correct me in the comments. Darien quests on his own free time. The way how they said it in the show, basically Darien quests are jobs that people avoid like the plague. It's named after a very smelly fruit that tastes good, by the way. So anyway, whenever Luna brought up a Darien quest around the other adventurers, they would quickly avert their gazes. So when she saw Naruto accept a Darien quest and complete it, she was immediately jumped at the chance to ask him to finish more of them. Speaking of which, Luna lightning claps her fingertips together and smiled apologetically. "Can I trouble you for another favor?" Later that evening, Naruto found himself standing in the middle of the town cemetery. According to Luna, a larger than the usual amount of undead were spawning. She said that it was likely the presence of a zombie maker, which was a evil spirit that possessed and controlled corpses. As the temperature began to fall with the setting sun, An eerie mist began to rise among the moon. The bead of sweat formed on Naruto's brow as he stood in the middle of the steadily increasing darkness, alone. Naruto had dealt with zombies before, what with Kabuto and his usage of the reanimation jutsu during the war, but the idea of a evil spirit couldn't pass on. Would he even be able to do anything about it? It's not. He don't have Shukaku's chakra anymore, so no sealing jutsu. What? Are you afraid of a couple of undead? Of course not. The setting is just a little unsettling. Naruto thought just as he heard the sound of dirt crumbling behind him. Something seemed to be coming out of the ground, and a hand broke free, reaching into the air. And then another hand broke out of the dirt right next to him. Naruto stepped on it with his sandal when it tried to grab him, like a scene straight out of a horror movie. More and more hands, and eventually entire torsos began to rise from the earth. There sure are a lot of them, but there's nothing I can't handle, right? Naruto pulled out a kunai and got to work. He zipped through the undead that tried to grab him, all while chopping their heads off with precision. How does he know how to kill a zombie? He saw it in a movie once back in the Elemental Nations as a kid when he was sneaking around in the movie theaters. So yeah. Anyway, just when Naruto killed the last one, he heard a soft chuckle. Looking around for the source of the laughter, Naruto toured around and spotted a floating figure holding a lantern. It looked like a skeleton wearing a cloak, only its lower half was gone and it was hovering in the air. That must be the zombie maker. Having found his target, Naruto ran towards the cackling creature with his kunai in hand. The evil spirit noticed the shinobi at the last second, but only had time to make a surprised screeching noise as the dagger went straight through his head. Eh? Naruto blinked as he stared at the surprisingly impressive zombie maker, with it staring right back at him with an equally surprised look. Naruto began to sweat bullets. His kunai had merely phased through it. Realizing that it wasn't in any real danger, the zombie maker cackled some more and flew right through Naruto's body. A cold shiver crawled down Naruto's spine, and it was a feeling he never wanted to feel again. Naruto turned around and watched as the evil spirit flew deeper into the graveyard. This is going to be a long night, Naruto said as he crept even deeper into the graveyard. Why are we in a creepy cemetery? I'm tired of working for the construction site. I want to go back to the guild and drink with everybody, Aqua complained as she was unwillingly dragged through the cemetery. If you have the energy to complain, then you can work. The head receptionist said that this would be a great starting quest for us adventurers because you are an archpriest, and I couldn't deny a favor from that pretty girl either, Kazuma said while ignoring the scornful look Aqua was sending him. The pretty receptionist had personally asked him to complete the quest, so it had to be the one of those events that he had been craving ever since he came to this world, even if Aqua was technically doing all the work. Besides, it is our first real job as adventurers. You are an archpriest who claim to be a goddess, and our opponents are undead. So, theoretically speaking, this quest should be a piece of cake. I don't wanna. I'm fine with just being a construction worker. Kazuma's eyebrow twitched as he stopped to turn around and look at his friend who had fallen on the ground and began to rolling around like a toddler throwing a temper tantrum. You, stop whining and get to work, you useless goddess. Didn't you want to go home the other day? Fine, do a good job and I'll treat you to some that Neroid stuff you keep wanting to buy the other day. Aqua stopped crying and looked up at Kazuma with a hint of suspicion in her eyes, as though she thought Kazuma was only saying that to get her to work. I'm not lying, okay? This quest has a pretty good reward on it, so you'll get the half. and I'll treat you to that Neroid stuff. How does that sound? Fine, but what will Kazuma do? Surely there isn't anything a beginner like you can do against the undead. Oh, me? I'm staying here. I don't want to accidentally mess up your exorcism. You're right. Someone like you will only get in my way. Very well then. I will show you the true power of a goddess. With that said, Aqua ran off into the cemetery. Where did all those complaints from earlier go? Cosmo thought as he noticed something on the ground, and yeet as he saw it was a decapitated head of an undead person. Looking around, he noticed there were more heads and bodies scattered across the cemetery. Could there be could it be that person already here? After all, that pretty receptionist entrusted this quest to me. Let's get it. Kazuma boasted before screaming like a little girl when a headless undead tugged on his pants. There's no end to these guys. I can't hit that stupid spirit with any of my attacks, Naruto thought as he cut down another undead from the unkept time, along with all while avoiding the evil spirit who kept trying to phase through his body again. Who knows how many he killed? I'm just going to give it a rough estimate, like 5,000 already. So, yeah. He had stopped counting after, like I said, 5,000. Just how many corpses did this town have? If nothing else works, then I'll just use Kurama's chakra and try using my chakra on a weak foe, and I'll kill you. Kurama stated darkly, which caused Naruto to flinch. But he quickly recovered and growled. If I can't, why? I can probably hit this thing if I use your chakra, Naruto thought as he moved out of the way when the spirit attacked him again. Sucks to suck. You stupid ass fox. Naruto looked for a place to hide so that he could come up with a better battle strategy. Finding a spot, he threw down a smoke bomb and body flickered away. The zombie maker waited for the mist to disappear. Seeing that Naruto's absence, the ghost chuckled and left and create more undead. But upon turning around, it froze with a look of complete horror. Okay, weapons and ninjutsu doesn't work, and Kurama's being stingy with his chakra. What other options do I have? Naruto thought from his spot behind a large tombstone. He then peeked out to see where the zombie maker had gone, only to see that it hadn't moved. Wondering why it went stagnant, he quickly noticed that there was a person standing in front of it. It was Aqua, okay? It was Aqua. And she reminded him of Eris. But what captivated Naruto the most was her eyes. Weird to find someone whose eyes are actually a deeper shade of blue than his. Naruto was quickly pulled out of his awe-stricken thoughts when the woman spoke. Forsaking the laws of a god and raising the undead for your selfish desires, Naruto shielded his eyes when a bright light of magic formed above the girl's head, and he felt his heart skip a beat when he saw a beautiful woman showered in heavenly aura. This magic, this energy, no doubt that woman is, Karma said with an annoying tone of voice before closing his eyes and going back to napping. A goddess, Naruto thought with his gaping mouth as he watched the girl, who was surrounded in a holy aura, complete her exorcism. As a goddess of water, Aqua, I lay you all to rest. Sacred turn undead! The zombie maker screeched in pain at first, but the light consumed its form. It gained a peaceful expression before vaporizing completely as its soul passed on to the next world. As the light faded, Naruto couldn't help but stare at the goddess before him in awe. Aqua let out a sigh before turning around, walking off into the night. After hearing nothing but silence for a while, Kurama opened an eye and noticed that his retainer was staring into space. Hey, kid, you alright? Naruto blinked quickly, snapping out of his trance. What? Oh, yeah, I'm fine. Naruto then stood up, came face to face with a transparent woman. Huh? Uh, the two stared at each other for a couple seconds before a scream. Ah! Another ghost! I'm not a ghost. Naruto deadpanted as he stared at the brown-haired girl in front of him. And her skin was clearly transparent, and he could almost see right through her. Without a doubt, this person was a ghost, right? Hold up. Alright, back. Sorry about that. If you're not a ghost, then why can I almost see through you? The woman looked like she was about to answer when she suddenly collapsed. Acting instinctively, Naruto leaned forward to catch the woman before he could notice that he can actually touch her. Weird. Hey, are you alright? And why can I touch a ghost? I I'm not a ghost. That woman that was here just a second ago. Ugh, sorry about that weird cut. Where was I? The woman who was here a second ago released a extreme amount of holy energy. I thought my existence was going to fade away. Naruto frowned as he helped the lady back to her feet. Of course or not, he couldn't just see someone in pain. That don't stand for his bro code. Anyway, is there anything I can do to help? Y- yes. I need I need the girl started muttering and caressing Naruto's face, starting to make him blush. Wait, what do you Naruto stammered as he started to pull his face closer to hers. What was he planning to do? I don't know. All he knows is that he's about to kiss a hot chick right now, so he ain't gonna ruin this moment. And then they kissed. I need energy. What the fuck? Naruto felt a stinging sensation in his cheeks as where the woman was touching him, and he felt his energy just being drained. I, I'm sorry. I thought I was gonna disappear, and you were so kindly offered to help, but then that doesn't excuse me for using drain touch on you so suddenly. The woman said, the woman who Naruto know now as Wiz, frankly said as she was bowing, which Naruto didn't know why, but he just looked down at the girl with a grumpy look on his face. Not that he was angry. No, no, he was just irritated because his feelings were just being toyed with, unintentional or not. I really thought you were going to, huh? It's fine. I don't mind if a little bit of my energy is being drained. Naruto said, trying to stop the girl from trying to embarrass herself anymore in front of him, and looked around the shop he had been brought to. Apparently, what the hell? Hold up. Alright, I'm back. Anyway, Naruto was looking around the shop that he has been brought to. Apparently, it was a magic item shop that Wiz owned in the corner of town. And there were various magic items on the shelves. That much energy was nothing for Naruto, Wiz said while looking in teary eyes, though it was true that she felt a vast amount of magical energy emanating from him, even if he was concealing most of it. Yeah, it's fine, really. So, please get up. Anyways, I'm surprised that a lich is able to open up a shop in a town full of adventurers. Naruto said as he browsed through the merchandise. No one else besides Naruto knows my true identity. If anyone knew I was a lich, it would surely cause a riot. But I don't know anything. I don't do anything to harm people, so please don't tell anyone, Wiz said after standing up, only to immediately bow again. Naruto's sweat dropped as he thought of a way to handle the situation. This girl was honest to him at fault, which was something that he wasn't used to dealing with. For now, please stop with the all formal stuff. I promise I won't tell anyone, okay? Wiz looked up and his smile brightened. Th- Thank you, Naruto. Sure, Naruto said as he scratched his head awkwardly. Growing a sudden interest in all the magical items, he grabbed an item off of the shelf and showed it to Wiz. Alright, anyway, hey Wiz, what does this item do? Oh, that? It's a potion that explodes upon being thrown or caught on fire. Naruto carefully put the potion back on the shelf. What a dangerous item just casually had to have on the shelf. One wrong move and the entire neighborhood is gone. What about this one? Naruto asked after grabbing the trinket from one of the baskets near the front of the store. Wiz clasped her hands together and sightly. I just shipped those in. That one allows the user to use a lightning spell, but it consumes a lot of magic and breaks after a couple of uses. Oh, it could be pretty useful. How much? Naruto asked as Wiz beamed. Doesn't it? It's 100,000 Aries. What the hell? So much money. Naruto thought and placed the item back onto the basket where he found it. It was probably a lost cause, but he decided to ask anyway. You have anything you recommend for a solo hunter? Oh, Naruto is a solo hunter? Then I will recommend this. Wiz walked across the room and came back with a small wooden box in her hands. This is a monster repellent songbox. You wind it up before you go to sleep and it will keep the monsters away all night. The effects only last for 12 hours, and this will cost 200,000. I guess I'll go home. See you, Wiz. Wait, you leaving after looking at the merchandise like that? Wiz said with teary eyes and grabbed onto Naruto's sleeve, keeping him from leaving. After promising the airheaded store owner that he'll come back the next day, Naruto retired for the night. Time skipped the next day. Who is that girl? She took out a ghost that I couldn't even hit in an instant. Maybe I'll ask her to teach me that skill if I see her again. Naruto found himself thinking of the aqua he saw the previous night as he drank his new favorite drink now, Naroi juice. What was like? What was a girl like that doing in a cemetery in the middle of the night? She was obviously an art priestess, and Naruto faintly remembered her saying something about a goddess named Aqua. But there was no way a goddess would be here in this world, right? From his talk with Ares, he assumed the goddess didn't want to directly interfere with human affairs. After all, what's the point of sending people with powerful gifts to defeat the Demon King if the gods can just do it themselves? Maybe that girl was a person from another world and was sent here with a gift from the gods like he was. As Naruto was trying to figure out the identity of Aqua, he heard a low rumbling sound in the back side of his mind. What's so funny, Kurama? Nothing. I just find it amusing that you became so infatuated by that woman who saved your sorry ass from a ghost last night. Hey, I'm not infatuated with her. I was just wondering who was she is all. And besides, you didn't do anything to help with that ghost either. If you would have just let me use your chakra, I could have. Sure, whatever you say. Naruto grumbled to himself as he chugged the remainder of his narrow juice in one go. This stuff is really good, though. I wonder how they make it. Naruto, huh? Naruto looked up to see a familiar sight of Luna smiling at him, though her smile seemed a bit strange. Oh, sorry, Luna. You need something? That's okay. How did your quest go? I didn't hear from you last night, and I got a little worried. Naruto nearly smacked himself on his forehead. He forgot to check back with Luna to tell her what had happened. Because of the whole Wiz thing, he completely slipped his mind. Sorry, but I failed the quest. Eh? Luna seemed a bit surprised by his answer, and Naruto nodded his head. Yeah, I couldn't hit the stupid ghost for some reason. Then his art priest showed up and defeated it. But I didn't think she noticed me at all and left. so I can go ahead and give the reward to her. Naruto explained as he scratched his cheek awkwardly. Even though I went to the trouble of sending both of you on the same quest, but I guess that's why Kazuma was demanding the entire reward. Luna thought before she sighed. Naruto and Kazuma are, completely different people with completely different personalities. That's okay. That priest is a member of the guild. I'll give her the rest of the reward later. Luna had given Kazuma the quest so that he can meet up with Naruto. She had deliberately sent the both of them on the same quest because Naruto has been asking her about Kazuma and how he wanted to pay him back. She was so worried about Naruto, who was always solo hunting, and Kazuma seemed like the closest thing Naruto had to a friend in this town, and figured out the two of them might form a party if they ever meet up again. How they didn't see each other during the quest was a headache Luna wasn't willing to figure out. Naruto widened his eyes slightly as Luna walked back at the receptionist desk. So that Archangel, Angel, sorry, uh, I was thinking of uh, High School DxD. Anyway, so that Archpriest was a member of the guild, then that would mean the likeliness of bumping into her was high. Huh. Ignoring the noisy fox, Naruto gestured towards one of the passing waitresses. Another narrow juice over here, please. And with that being said, I'm gonna end it right there. So yeah, comment down below. Tell me what you like, comment, subscribe. And with that being said, I'm out. Peace.